Adventure is not outside man, it is within. Poor fellow, I think he is in love with you. What loneliness is more lonely than distrust? It is never too late to be what you might have been. It is always fatal to have music or poetry interrupted. Our deeds determine us, as much as we determine our deeds. Life seems to go on without effort when I am filled with music. Only in the agony of parting do we look into the depths of love. I am not imposed upon by fine words, I can see what actions mean. People are almost always better than their neighbors think they are. What do we live for, if it is not to make life less difficult for each other? And of course men know best about everything, except what women know better. It is a narrow mind which cannot look at a subject from various points of view. But what we call our despair is often only the painful eagerness of unfed hope. Animals are such agreeable friends they ask no questions, they pass no criticisms. It will never rain roses. When we want to have more roses, we must plant more roses. Keep true, never be ashamed of doing right. Decide what you think is right and stick to it. Selfish, a judgment readily passed by those who have never tested their own power of sacrifice. Blessed is the man who, having nothing to say, abstains from giving us wordy evidence of the fact. No evil dooms us hopelessly except the evil we love and desire to continue in, and make no effort to escape from. It seems to me we can never give up longing and wishing while we are still alive. There are certain things we feel to be beautiful and good, and we must hunger for them. If we had a keen vision and feeling of all ordinary human life, it would be like hearing the grass grow and the squirrel's heart beat, and we should die of that roar which lies on the other side of silence. For the growing good of the world is partly dependent on unhistoric acts, and that things are not so ill with you and me as they might have been, is half owing to the number who lived faithfully a hidden life, and rest in unvisited tombs. I like not only to be loved, but also to be told that I am loved. I am not sure that you are of the same mind, but the realm of silence is large enough beyond the grave. This is the world of light and speech, and I shall take leave to tell you that you are very dear. What greater thing is there for two human souls than to feel that they are joined for life, to strengthen each other in all labor, to rest on each other in all sorrow, to minister to each other in all pain, to be one with each other in silent, unspeakable memories at the moment of the last parting? We mortals, men and women, devour many a disappointment between breakfast and dinner time, keep back the tears and look a little pale about the lips, and in answer to inquiries say, "Oh, nothing." Pride helps, and pride is not a bad thing when it only urges us to hide our hurts, not to hurt others. I am not aware of it, and to me it is one of the most odious things in a girl's life, that there must always be some supposition of falling in love coming between her and any man who is kind to her. I have no ground for the nonsensical vanity of fancying everybody who comes near me is in love with me. But the effect of her being on those around her was incalculably diffusive, for the growing good of the world is partly dependent on unhistoric acts, and that things are not so ill with you and me as they might have been, is half owing to the number who lived faithfully a hidden life, and rest in unvisited tombs. We could never have loved the earth so well if we had had no childhood in it, if it were not the earth where the same flowers come up again every spring that we used to gather with our tiny fingers as we sat lisping to ourselves on the grass, the same hips and haws on the autumn hedgerows, the same redbreasts that we used to call God's birds, because they did no harm to the precious crops. What novelty is worth that sweet monotony where everything is known and loved because it is known? Is not this a true autumn day? Just the still melancholy that I love that makes life and nature harmonize. The birds are consulting about their migrations, the trees are putting on the hectic or the pallid hues of decay, and begin to strew the ground, that one's very footsteps may not disturb the repose of earth and air, while they give us a scent that is a perfect anodyne to the restless spirit. delicious autumn. My very soul is wedded to it, and if I were a bird, I would fly about the earth seeking the successive autumns.